YouTube. I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different tabletop game every single time and give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today we got a special Fiverr order. Someone went to my Fiverr page down below, clicked on it, told me to check out their page, and I'm here right now, excited to check out the 112th most popular project on all of tabletop games right now. That is Dutch Resistance Orange Shall Overcome, a cooperative scenario-based pick-up-and-deliver game for 1 to 5 players about ... So I gotta say, right from the jump, I love this main image. I know 1 to 5 players, I know ages 10 plus, I know 60 to 90 minutes, I know it's $55, around $64. Funded is not overwhelming, you know, it's just up there, a nice little thing, it's tactful. It's not like some people where it's like right in the middle, blowing your face away. And I know it's Dutch Resistance. I'm very intrigued. I'd like to see, I'm just intrigued. $18,000. I almost feel like I want to see a little bit more of the artwork, but I don't know. Is the artwork more important or is the name? And one thing that I've slowly been learning as a content creator is typically I think the artwork is slightly more important. Just because, especially with this is a really distinctive style artwork right here. I look at this and I say, all right, I'm getting a historically themed game. I can immediately tell that. We got spies, we got what looks like the German police or something like that. I'm digging this. I'm excited. During the Second World War in the Netherlands. Yes, so 4 days left to go on this one. 495 backers. As always, when you go to the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go.
It's the start of 1943. The occupied Netherlands is a dangerous place full of propaganda. While walking on the streets, you encounter more and more controls, and you have to be careful they don't find the illegal items you are carrying. The occupation forces are increasing their number through house searches, making it even harder to hide people. You know that you need to act now, get the right evidence, and join the resistance to help reclaiming your country in Dutch Resistance Orange Shall Overcome. In this cooperative scenario-based pick-up-and-deliver game for 1 to 5 players, you work together.
I love the fact I already know that. I already know that twice over, and I think that's great. So many companies do not mention the mechanisms in the game, and I love that. I will say, though, the first 30 minutes, I thought it was good. It dropped me into there, and then we got immediately to the components, which is great. I love when they're seamlessly interweaved, but if they're not seamlessly interweaved, I love the fact that we didn't take too long on the theme, and then we got to here, because I'm seeing different locations, I'm seeing a big old map, I'm seeing trackers over here, seeing cards. Okay, I'm excited.
Complete your objectives in a non-violent way, while trying to keep out of the hands of the occupation forces, who are patrolling the different...
All soldiers in the area move 1. All policemen in the area move 1. No occupiers equal intensify. 2 routes in this area chosen by the start player. Okay, I like the amount of information on this card. I really do. And one small note that I know here that tells me that this person, the creator of this game, which, by the way, what's up, Liberation? This is their project. All soldiers is this part right here. Because this is one of those rules that it's just like, oh, what happens if it's no occupiers? You always have to look it up in the rules. So I love just little things like that. I love, because it tells me that this was made by a gamer, which is typically what you want to see, right?
Areas and try to arrest you if you pass one of their controls. All characters in the game, including my own grandmother, are based on real people who resisted the strict occupation rules to free their country.
What? That's cool as hell. That's really neat. Okay. Lean into the historical flavor. I love that.
Each has 3 unique character cards.
Sharing is caring. You may give up half your resources to another. Getting food. Okay. Different cards. I like the graphic design on the cards. It's flavorful.
Creating very asymmetrical roles. Keep your alibi and...
Look at that. Oh my goodness. Round order, night period, day period, possible actions in action phase. Oh, we got our alibi tracker. Asymmetric special abilities. This is great. Like, this looks like a great player board. I look at this and I say, okay, I'm going to be okay.
And morale high to be able to really take advantage of your possibilities. But with 4 different ways the occupation forces try to capture you, you will need all the help you can get. Work together to overcome these different...
I love this shot here. I'm guessing this is Spiel, perhaps. I see this and I say, okay, it's been play tested. They took it to big board game conventions, and they had people actually sit down and try this out, and I love that. Tell me you play tested the game without telling me you playtested the game, you seamlessly interweave a short snippet of you playtesting at a convention. I think that's a great idea. Spiel this year. I think this is an awesome idea.
Complete your objective. Join the campaign and pledge now to
Personal touch.
play this intensely fun game.
Intensely fun cooperative game. All right, so do I want it after the video? Yeah. Cooperative, 1 to 5 players, 60 to 90 minutes. Great graphic design on there. I love historical theme. I'm a diehard for historical theme. Do I want it? Yes. I think that video is very well done. So, first created, 65 back. So, first created, not always a bad thing. I mean, it's one of those things where you just need to wow other ways, but I see 65 created as well. So, I'm a historian and game designer. Right there. I think that's a great way to lead. That makes me even more excited about the history flavor of this game leading with that. And I want to combine these two passions by creating historic, interesting, fun board and card games. They will be relatively easy to play, but full of historical information to immerse you in the theme of the game. My first project is Dust Resistance, Orange Shall Overcome, and others are being worked on to follow later. Let's check out the website. Wow. That is a really interesting logo. I like it. Is that... I don't know what that logo is. Is that like chains? Is that a shackle? Oh, liberation, freedom, duh. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. It's just that is such a different logo. That's a very distinctive logo. This is typically something I talk about, but it's just, I like that logo. So this is more like a quick little blog page in German, but still it's here, which is good. That does mean I'm going to need to be wowed elsewhere. I've never seen the level of narrative and immersion in a Euro game before. Looking forward to this game coming out. Jay Cormier, designer of Mind MGMT in the Hall of the Mountain King. So I think that's a great quote to lead off with. I've never seen this level of narrative and immersion in a Euro game. So it's insanely thematic. Shackles made of game components. Oh, they're made of game components? Okay. That's cool. Dutch Resistance, Orange Shall Overcome, 1 to 5, 10 plus, 69. Zenobia Award 2021 finalist. It's the start of 1943. Invading Nazi forces have becoming... so what am I looking for here? I know the price, but I kind of forgot the price because that video was so well done. I think it was like $64. Okay. So, how much is it? Slightly over MSRP. Reasonable. Do need to know shipping, but we'll get to there. And then, so can you do it? The website is in English and Dutch, though. Okay. So, glad to clarify there. It's also in English. I just am a noob and missed it. It's the start of 1943. Invading Nazi forces have become more dangerous, subjecting you and other Dutch citizens to increased oppression. They constantly search your house, take away your freedom, and send your family, friends, and acquaintances to Germany. Their fates are unclear, but you suspect the worst. Now, that is a theme right there. Hot diggity dog. You've had enough. You were determined to do something about the situation. You resist no matter the consequence. Even if it means death, something has to change. It's clear you cannot do this alone. You've sought out others that share your view. Together, you will form the resistance and help liberate the Netherlands. That's a great theme. Like, I just inherently love that theme as a history buff, and I think it lends itself really well to a cooperative game. You know? Now, here's my one line of thinking on this. Will this game suffer the same fate as, Freedom the Underground Railroad, which is a great game. But there's a lot of people who just like, you know what? That theme is a bit too real. It's too, I don't know. I personally am John. I think this is going to be, I'm excited to play it. But I do know there's going to be the counterbalance. They're like, nope, that's just too real for me. Which I think will be interesting to see. Dutch Resistance, Orange Shall Overcome is a cooperative pick-up and deliver game in which players assume the roles of real members of the Dutch Resistance during the final years of World War II. It's a scenario-based game, with each scenario focusing on one of the things that the Resistance was working on. During setup, you choose a particular scenario with its own goal and special rules. These goals might include expanding a network, keeping people safe, or moving important items around. To win, all scenario goals must be achieved. There are 4 difficulty levels that define how the game sets up. Do they connect, I wonder? During the game, you need to make sure your alibi is good, that morale stays high. So then we're just going straight into the stretch goals. All right. Add 5 new control cards. Great. I'd like to see the back of one of these. I think 4 would be good, and then a 5th one flips, so it just kind of reminds me, what is a control card? Why am I excited about a control card? Because when I see this, I don't know what it is. I think that's one of the different ways that they're going to stop you. But still. So 5 new control cards. That's great. Cardboard player boards as opposed to, so if this is an upgrade, we mark it's an upgrade. That's cool. I went over there before. Paper, probably. I don't know. Add 5 new control cards. Once again, great, but I don't actually remember what that does. And we are hitting micro stretch goals, so that's awesome. So, and I would also unlock these. So it's just like, is this unlocked? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is unlocked. Yeah, 21. Wait. Convert me. Convert me. Well, click on it. Convert me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've hit those. Oh, I see these ones are lit up. Those ones are not lit up. Got it. All right. Add 4 new occupier cards. That sounds awesome. Once again, I don't know what that means. I'd like to see the front of at least one of them. It was paid before. Okay. Replace 2 resistance member tokens with 2 orange pawns. What were they before? Oh, tokens, like cardboard tokens. Okay. Replace 2 special occupier tokens for this area for 2 black pawns. I don't know about those stretch goals. Because when I think of an orange pawn, I don't know. Let me know what you think about this stretch goal. I don't think this stretch goal is getting many people excited. Because from a gameplay perspective, I don't know if it really makes it any easier because the orange tokens are just as good. I don't know. Maybe that's a weird stretch goal to me. I don't think that excites me. I see that and I'm like, oh, okay. Because I don't know. Maybe if you showed me what you're placing, like that way I could noticeably see like why it's that much better. It converts when you keep your mouse on. Oh, it converts when you keep your mouse on. What? What? That's how it works. Okay, I'm going to come back up later and see how this witchcraft works, but keeps my mouse on. What does that even mean? The internet's crazy. Upgrade card quality. Cool. Even if it doesn't mean anything to me, maybe mention what it's going from to what it's going from for the people who do know, like, oh, that's a better core of whatever the heck it is. 2 extra solo mode cards. Now we're getting to a great stretch goal. That one's going to get hit. I boldly predict that, I don't know if it's bold or not, because I don't know the currency. And it would be nice if these were in US dollars as well. Because I imagine you don't get to see it from this perspective, but I can't even go back and see how much this is raised in, like, your currency. Oh, wait, can I? No, because I click on this and it won't let me. So I actually don't know how close we are to those stretch goals, because Kickstarter is weird. Ooh, Netherlands. Wow, 103. Now that gets me even more excited, because I'm assuming a lot of those are people that are your friends or have play tested with you and whatnot. And so them saying, oh yeah, this is so great, I got to get it as soon as it comes out, that's really cool. Or maybe you have an awesome, banging shipping rate to there. We'll find out. If you keep your mouse on a $sign, you see it in Europe. Oh my gosh, everything in my life is just what? Converted from 8. Oh, it does. I'm just so impatient. I can't read. 18. So it's 18,000 euros. Okay. So yeah, we're totally gonna hit that one, I would imagine, because that's a banger. Extra solo mode cards, 2 extra art pieces for the occupier cards. Okay. Once again, so I feel like these could use some pictures, just like, or maybe not even pictures, but just like flip one of these over. I want to see what it is, because the more text I see on the card, the more variability I get to see. But right now I'm just seeing card backs. You become a Board Game Geek subscriber here. You can join the Facebook group here and find me on Instagram as Liberage Guide to Studio. Oh, and these are the social stretch goals. So what do we got? 2 extra content cards for each level. Cool. BGG subscriptions. So we've hit all that. Comments on the Kickstarter page. 2 extra. So okay, what do we got? Facebook group members, 200 members, 900 followers. Or Instagram followers, 2 extra occupier cards per level. So 200 members, 900 followers. Oh, okay. So we get this, we get that, we get 2. So we could potentially get 4. So this is all great. Like, this is all spectacular. Let's look at this. We've added 2, 4, 6, 12 extra cards to the game. Like, that is some substance to this already asymmetrical game. That's awesome. What's in the box? So we do get to it down here. And I've always said, like, I like when a stretch goal leads into a price. And I wonder, after seeing it right here, is it too long? I don't know, because it's like I kind of just want to get back to the price. Like, I'm ready to shop. So $64. Game book, rule book, 5 player boards. I'd like to zoom in just a little bit more. 50 large cards of tiles. I'd like to zoom in just a little bit more, especially on these scenario cards. Especially on because I want, like, look at this scenario card. There's tons of text there. I want to see that text. And I'm assuming it's double-sided. I think that's why this side looks different from that side. I updated this image with the box now, though if you refresh the page. If I refresh the page, it's going to shoot me right back up to the top. But I will at the end. That's awesome. So yeah, I want to be able to see, like, that's a huge chunk of text there. Like, this isn't just a scenario where it's like, this time collect red cubes instead of blue cubes. Like, that looks different. 15 location tiles. Once again, I'd like to zoom in on this. If we're doubling down on the theme, if we're leaning into the theme that this is about the Dutch resistance, like, I want to see what the location cards look like. 25 control cards. And yeah, once again, so here's what a control card is. And then I think if you flip over just one of those control cards in that stretch card area, and I see, oh, this is a good deal of text. There's some iconography here. And now I'm saying, oh, we get 5 extra one of these when it was 25. And here's the other thing. And I know this is tons of work. I would somehow let people know that, this is no longer 25 control cards. You're now getting 31 or 37 or whatever it is based on the stretch goals. 5 reference cards. Awesome. This looks like a pretty hefty player reference cards. Excellent. 5 player meeples. So you're replacing... Yeah, and so that goes back to that stretch goal. So you're replacing a meeple with a pawn... And I honestly like the meeple better. Like, I don't see how that's like a quote-unquote upgrade. Like, let me know what you think in the comments below. I have this image with, oh yeah, box size. What is the box size? I don't know the box size. Okay. 2-sided dice, 5 alibi discs, 1 morale disc, 13 save, 5 morale, 30 character cards, 20 helper cards. And here's the other thing. I'm hoping that there's a section in the back of the rule booklet that's going to chomp down on the history. If that's the case, I would also mention that if it's not mentioned at some point. If they refresh the page, you will see. Let's see. Let me see. Okay. It's so weird having the creator of it here at the same time. All right. What are we doing? Refresh the page. Control. What am I noticing difference? Stretch goal. What's in the box? Oh! Whoa, what's in the box? Now there's a box. Oh my gosh. No box? Box. Yeah, okay. Oh, the box size, 12 by 12. So I say, oh, that's a big box. Boom. I immediately have the box. It's a ticket to ride, size box. And now I say, okay, when it's $15 to $20 shipping, I say, okay, it's a big box. Cool. That's awesome. Pledge levels. Supporter pledge. You like to support the game and play and may want to get the game later in the pledge manager. Possibility to follow and comment on the campaign. Access to the pledge manager. So this is exactly what you're getting is the fist. Okay. Like, let's see how many people got that. 95 people on the fence. All right, hopefully I can shove them. Print and play game. Possibility to follow and comment on the campaign. Access pledge manager, but the print and play version of the game. Don't think it's replacing meeples with a pawn. I'm also looking through the what's in the box to see what orange pawn replaces. Yeah, so Red Beetle's there, and he's like, I'm not sure either, because that just seems like it doesn't seem like an upgrade. It seems like a sidestep. And honestly, I'd much rather that be, anything else. Like, I'm trying to think, like, even if you said, all right, now more cards have artwork, I'd be like, I think I would like that over the meeple. And it now also has the stretch goal cards in what's in the box image. Cool. Hey, Liberation. Are the meeples getting replaced by the pawns? Because we're trying to figure out what the pawns replace. Print and play version of the game, $6. I don't have a problem with that. Let's see. 7 backers. Cool. Retail pledge. Let's see. 61? Oh, no, that's a print and play. I was like, holy crap. If you got 61 retailers, go you. Okay. So, retailer pledge 7. Okay, so this is slightly out of order, but no biggie. I mean, because I expected to go, oh, wait, is it out of order or am I just a noob? Supporter pledge. Yeah, so then it goes retailer pledge, so I would swap the print and play and the retailer, because it pops over here the same way, but it's such a minor thing. English copy of the game, $64. So we got 240 backers. A copy of the English version of the game, all unlocked stretch goals, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Dutch copy of the game, okay, 74. English and Dutch copy of the game. I can't imagine this is going to be a particularly popular stretch goal. 7, okay, odd. That's a thing 7 people want. Easier to play the game as it's easier to move and see the components compared to the token. Okay. The tokens. Okay, I think the game finds a great combination of history and board game mechanics, like pick up and deliver. In every piece, you can find the love in developing a game of personal history. Wait. I think the game finds a great combination of history and board game mechanics, like pick up and deliver. In every piece, you can find the love in developing a game of personal history? ? That last sentence just throws me for a loop there. In every piece, you can find the love in developing a game of personal history. Like, if that was just a period, I would be like, okay, you can feel the personal history and of the theme coming across. But then by putting the question mark in there, I'm like, can you feel the personal? I don't know. That question mark is just throwing me off. How to play? Download the rule booklet. Watch the 12-minute how to play. Oh my. Oh my. Is this comprehensive? Look at this. Going through the tabletop, filling it in. Excellent. I would like to see a playthrough. I would agree. I would agree, because I think those are the two videos that are the best. How to play, playthrough, 12-minute video. Try the first scenario. Oh, on Steam? Awesome. Okay, I might put a logo next to that. Like, this is Steam, because I see this, and I'm assuming it's going to take me this. Oh, okay, they're both tabletop. I'm a noob. Try the game on Tabletop Simulator. A round. The game is played in rounds, and each round has 4 phases. Yeah, I would play. Okay, it was supposed to be a period. I was curious, because I was like, that's just so odd. Like, why would it end, like, is she questioning, or is that person questioning the theme of the game? Start phase, draw one. So we're going into the weeds of how the game plays. The tiles, the movements, the occupier cards. Occupier cards represent the activities of the occupation forces during the day. Part of a round. The occupier cards always get resolved during a round. +2, -2 in each character on a city location. Okay. Raid cards. You're going into all the weeds. It's great. What do I want? I just want shipping. Ooh, you got John on there. I love John. So solo version, I want a unique experience when playing the game solo. Carla Kopp, known as her game, Weird Giraffe and Galactic Rapper games, therefore made a special solo version of the game. In the solo version, you have 1 or 2 Resistance members. So that's one thing that I would spotlight a little bit there. That's awesome. But they did it right here. I like that. Orange Shall Overcome was an incredibly fun game to help develop. Whoa! It was great seeing Marcel's passion for the subject and gameplay. Now, this I think is a misstep right here. I think Jonathan Gilmour, or at the very least when you refresh people's memory about who Jonathan Gilmour is, moves the needle. And so when you say Jonathan Gilmour of Dead of Winter, Dinosaur Island, Express Delivery Service, and I think he did Dinosaur World, right? I don't think they offsourced that. Dinosaur World, let's make sure. That's a family theme park? I want to go to Dinosaur World. All right, we're never going to find that. But I think he did that. I think that really adds to the can you do it? Because that's the one thing. Do I want it? Yes, I feel like that video is really well done. How much is it? $64. It's a bit over MSRP. And I will say, I can see why some people might be a little bit skeptical on the $64. Like, if you go just based off the components, $64 seems a bit high. But I think this game has slight bulletproof armor if you lean into the history just a little bit more. If there's anything in the back of the rule booklet that has history in it. Because history-themed games, they're a niche. But either I see John Gilmour, and I'm like, okay, awesome. Helping develop it. And the fact that you knew that mentioned that was an incredibly fun game to help develop. Mention it in the quote. And it was great seeing Marcel's passion for the subject and gameplay. It doesn't actually talk about the game, but I think that quote helps a lot with the can you do it. What is this? This is 3D rendered. This seems odd. Oh, this is the artwork from the game, I'm assuming. Wow. That is a really distinctive art style. I love this art style. Pledge now to get your copy of the game and help me create this dream project. That picture hits me hard. Yeah, he helped with development. Should I put Jonathan's quote? Let me know what everybody else thinks. But yeah, I think because Jonathan Gilmour, he moves the needle. And honestly, yeah, I would, because especially when it's first created. If this were second or third created, I don't think it would matter as much. But when it's first created, this is a title which possesses a phenomenal cooperative element wrapped into a puzzle with a significant high level of tension. Without reservation, the Project Lab looks forward to seeing this game published. First time I've heard someone mention a puzzle. I would mention that somewhere a little bit higher as well. People love puzzly style games, especially cooperative puzzly style games. Why back now? The game will most likely not be available in distribution, so only the retailers that pledged during the campaign. Videos and podcasts, interviews, Beyond Solitaire interview, playthrough. Here we go. So we do have a playthrough. Live stream. I would honestly put this a little bit higher. I think the playthrough, and I think Twitch doesn't show me how people viewed it. Oh, it does. 140. Yeah, I think if this was higher, I think more people would possibly be looking at it as well. Preview, Twitch, so these are people playing different scenarios. Preview, this game has a very good research historical background that is built into the game. Excellent and sensible. When playing, you will feel the tension rising in the city. In my opinion, a must-have for everyone who seeks games like Freedom, the Underground Railroad, or The Grizzle. Those are two awesome games to have coming out of your mouth being mentioned with. I love both those games, and they're both very well done, I feel, historical games. Talking about the Dutch Resistance, all I want is the shipping now at this point. Like, I feel like we buried the shipping all the way at the bottom. I hate that. Like, why couldn't we have it just right after the pledge over? Because that's the only thing I really need right now. Like, especially with that video, I thought that video was really well done. And as a historical gamer, someone who loves, Twilight Struggle and 1964 or whatever the hell is that, the presidential one, I'm in. And I just need the shipping. Dutch Resistance Orange Shell Overcome highlights how local cities in the Netherlands resisted the occupation forces of World War II. It makes one wonder, if this happened today to you, what would you do to resist the occupation of your hometown? That quote, I don't like this quote. Like, it's literally just telling me about the game. And then saying, it makes me wonder, would we fight? So this is the quote. Hey, this is what this game is about. I wonder if we would fight against the Nazis if they came now. That's a weird quote. Like, when you put it like that, that's just an objectively weird quote. Creative team, cool. Artist, main developer, graphic design, got a team. Awesome shows, see some polish. Shipping, buried at the bottom. 20 to 25, 15 to 35, 25 to 30. Converted the currencies, I like it. I still haven't seen the United States of America, which is odd, considering I'm pretty sure that's still probably going to be the most common one. Yeah, 181. Canada, EU, Europe. So $20 to $25. So that's really rough. That's a rough one right there. International shipping sucks, but that brings the price up to an $84 to $89 game, and that is. I still often hear that if shipping is too high on this page, it can take people out if they don't know more about the game. I can see that, and especially with this, because now I'm looking at an $84 to $89 game, and that's just a hard recommendation on how much is it. Like, even if it is a historical themed game, which gives it kind of bulletproof armor, I think that might be the biggest sticky widget there. Alright. So, $89. FAQ updates, comments. Will there be a German version? I know that. I already saw. Will there be a friendly shipping? We are trying to see if we have an option, at least for certain regions. Oh, that's right. Did it cover the VAT? Did we learn about the VAT in here? Because that is super important to a lot of people. And that's something that I think should be mentioned, because not mentioned there at all. That's not good. That's no bueno. How replayable the different scenarios. I always recommend Reload from Colossal Games, how they handle their FAQ organizing, how replayable the different scenarios. That's a great question. Very replay. Each scenario has 4 different levels. It's a standard setup, but you can also use a randomized setup of the locations. The cards and the acquired tokens are randomized, which means you need different resources at different places each time you play, which makes some more strategy. And there will be 10 very asymmetrical characters. Wow. That should not be buried in the FAQ. And if it was mentioned in the campaign, it should have been slapped into my face. 10 very asymmetrical characters. Because now I'm going back, the text on the cards, and I think that's a needle mover right there. Is shipping price fixed or can it be changed later? Due to the high shipping price, it will be really difficult to know what the exact shipping cost will be. Well, I'll try to keep it as low as possible. Can we do a group pledge? Send me a message if you want to know more about the options for a group pledge. Will the game be manufactured? I'm trying to see if we can get the game printed by the Nederlandse Spelbouwwerk in the Netherlands, which will reduce the time to ship it in Europe and possibly around the world. This will all depend on how the shipping prices evolve. One more thing I might mention here is anything else that they have made. Like, who have made X, Y, or Z. Like, I went through Ad Magic when I made my first game. The people who do Cards Against Humanity. And when you hear, just whatever their biggest game is, you mention that, okay, on the level. Let's check out the updates. 12, 20, 37, 7, 53. Wow, these are some of these are pretty dang good. Like, you go look at a big Kickstarter, you can see a $100,000 Kickstarter doesn't get 53 comments. So, whatever they're doing here, I like it. Let's check it out. Our resistance group is still growing. To those that joined the campaign since the last update, as well as everyone that has been following the campaign longer, thank you. Past 400K. As we are reaching that stretch goal, I'm thinking about what would be great to add next after the forward pawns. Here are some ideas. First player market is a standee, 2 extra solo player cards, upgraded card quality, extra art piece for the occupier cards. Please let me know what your preference is through a vote. How can you vote for a stretch goal? 1 in the comments, 1 in the comments of the main project page. Hercules! I love this. This is what they do. Like, I see this all the time on like giveaways where it's like, hey, we're giving away this Oculus Rift. You got one entry, you go here, one entry, you go here, one entry, you go here. And I don't typically see people on Kickstarter do it. But now I think everybody should, because this is going to bump up the comments. This is going to bump up the updates. This is going to bump up the BGG, potentially if it gets on the hotness, making it onto the hotness, which is a big deal. You know, if this game hits, number 5 on the hotness, that's a whole bunch of more eyeballs coming over here. So I think this is spectacular. And once again, 53 on here. Number 2, please for me, I vote for the potatoes, and this is great. Awesome. See you in here churning it as you should. Excellent. So once again, the 53 is inflated, but who the hell cares? It still shows 53. It shows it a poppin' update section. Now let's check out one of the ones that didn't hit 53. Let's check out the lowest one and see what that one looks like. Let's check out the 5. Welcome to our new members of the Resistance. I am very grateful. And so once again, so 12 updates, and it's been going now for probably, 20-something days? I think that's reasonable. Not bombarding people a couple times a week. Come on, show me when it launched. We should just show it. So it launched October 19th. So yeah, 12 updates seems perfectly reasonable. Maybe that's like 2 a week. So let's check it out. 2. So let's see what this one did. Where should I put the 10 character information on the page? That's a great question. I just feel like it would be... Let's go back to this area. Let's go back to this area right here where I learn about this. 5 player boards. So I see 5 player boards, and my first thought is 5 characters. That's not correct. Instead... 5 scenario card, 15 location, 25 control, 5 reference, 20 helpers, 30. So there's 30 character cards, but 10 of them, 10 identity cards. Okay. I would mention somewhere that these are asymmetrical. 10 completely asymmetrical identity cards. Because honestly, when I see this, I'm thinking it's just flavor text or something like that. History. I don't even know. But yeah, I think 10 asymmetrical character. Put in what's in the box. Yeah, I agree with Red Beetle on that one. Just mention right here, 10 asymmetrical. And honestly, but now you've broken it down by size. So these are the poker size, European. So there's different size cards, numerous ones. Okay, 50 large cards and tiles. Oh, and now the $64 all of a sudden is becoming more reasonable. Now that I'm really looking at this with a fine-tooth comb, I'd like to see that converted into inches as well. Oh, I bet whatever it is. Whatever it actually is. I'm just looking at the old copy of it. It's so weird when someone's updating the Kickstarter page as you're doing it. And it's like, oh, has something changed? So I'd like to see this one in inches as well. But that's great right here. Because now I'm seeing 50 large cards and tiles, which once again, I'd like to see them in inches. Because 50 large cards and tiles. So these are cardboard, these are cards. 55 mini European, 50. So yeah, so we're actually getting 107 cards. We're getting 200 cards. These are 50 big ones. We're getting the tokens. So I feel like part of the $64 that isn't doing it for me is just the fact that this is not zoomed in. And this is why I think you always need a long, sexy scrolling component shot that gives every single thing its own chance to shine. Because let's be honest, are you going to scroll real fast past these scenario cards? I want to read this. I want to see what's going down, especially if we're leaning into the historical flavor of the game. Same with the reference cards. Same with the identity cards. Even if you just showed me one full identity card, just one full one, and then 9 more where they're kind of just overlapping with each other, where maybe you don't have all the information or whatever. I don't even know. But this... I think going through here, this should be a much more, it's like, 20 double-sided occupier tokens, 5 ticket, because there's 32 resources, there's a lot of cardboard, a lot of cards, a lot of stuff. I'm planning to add it to the information on the cards that's a bit lower on the page. Okay. I still think asymmetrical, 10 asymmetrical characters in a cooperative game, I think that moves the needle. Because that's a lot. Like, I'm thinking about Pandemic, and I'm saying to myself, how many character cards were in there? I don't think there was 10. Not with the first game. Bigger size cards for each individual type, especially with the text readable. Yeah, Red Beetle. I agree with Red Beetle. I think that adds to that $64 value. I think I see that there's 50 of these big tarot-sized cards and that some are tiles. All right. Oh, wait. Well, yeah, I was going to check out the update and see what had the 5. And he said that was when I'm planning... there's so much text, so much chat. Let's see what it is. 5. All right, here we go. Stretch goals have been a few days since the last update. We already reached the 4th stretch goal, which is fantastic. This is a good time to reveal the next 2 stretch goals. Great. The pawns. Control card. Now that 10 extra control cards are unlocked a stretch goal, I think it is good to explain a bit more what they are. Okay. Helping a friend. What is this? The occupiers are suspicious of one of your friends, and now they have arrested him so they can get information. You know that if you approach to help him, you will be at risk, and you can also question you. But if you don't, who knows what they might do to your friend? Do you approach your ally to help him? Whoa! So these are the type of things that are going to be choices you're going to be making in the game? Are you making these choices? Because if I'm making interesting historical choices, like, that seems tense. Like, it's like, what do you, like, if I'm sitting at the table with my game group and I'm like, do we help him? Like, this is cool. Like, I had no idea. Zero. Assuming that this one little paragraph right here is some of one of the interesting choices I'm making during the game, I don't know if that was spotlighted enough, or maybe it's just me. But that's cool. So these are the cards. Are you telling me what these... this is... Okay. Well, let's see why this didn't get up. So we didn't ask a question. Really cool to hear that you're adding the solo mode. Many co-op games end up being primarily solo. Awesome. I see you popping in there. Oh, what is this? Killing a friend. An old school friend who moved... Oh, wait. Is this the question you're asking? I don't know. Anywho, that update did not move the needle. Oh... They are like Dead of Winter crossroad cards when you pass a soldier or policeman. Whoa. That's really cool, and I don't think that was spotlighted well enough. Because now, when I hear that, oh, it's like Jonathan Gilmour's on this project too, and I'm saying, you know, that's really neat. In about 20 minutes, a video will be made about the... Oh, hey, that's me. Kick Track, Visit, Celebrate. Oh my good, number 2 on the hot list. Excellent. Quick read button, visit project, and live the life from high on the algorithm totem pole of hotness. Cheers, everyone. Thank you again, Steam It, for your help with Kicktrack. Maybe we'll hit number 1. Great campaign. So we got some people excited in here. This is great. And this is what I love to see. So, final grade on this one. Do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? I feel comfortable. And yeah, so this is a good quote from Jay, but honestly, if there's anything that Jonathan Gilmour said a little bit more about the game, and you could splice... I don't know. That's a lot of weight for a quote to talk about. It's great that the game developer could come into the live stream to answer questions on live stream videos covering their game. Not a lot of game developers do that. Well, this was a fiber order as well. So, yeah. And overall, so do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? Yes. You mentioned your manufacturing. Granted, it was buried in the FAQ. I see Jonathan Gilmour attached. I see a lot of the things that I need to see. I see you at Spiel. I see this on Tabletopia. I see the fact I can play this right now. I say, all right, they put a lot of thought, time, and effort into the project in the first hand. So I'm going to give that a check mark. Yes. And then how much is it? The price is high. There's no beating around the bush. We're looking at an $85 to $90 game if you're shipping it to the United States of America. And I did not see that value at first glance. I think that long, scrolly, sexy scrolling shot right here would be super important. So that one, I'm going to give it a check minus. And so at the end of the day, I think I'm going to give this one a B+. I really did like it. And once again, I go back to this main image. I love this main image. But the only thing that I would spotlight a little bit more, I don't even know if it's doable, is that artwork. Because that art style is just so distinctive. I love it. All right, so B+. But let me know in the comments below. What is your final grade for Dutch Resistance Orange to Overcome? And by the way, if you're interested, check this one out. It's got 4 days left to go. Hop on it. It looks like a really stinking cool game. Oh, there's the other thing. Gameplay video. So there's no physical gameplay video. Let me know, and this is more of a question at the end of it. I don't have an issue with it, but gameplay videos. Do you care if it's a physical prototype versus a tabletop simulator? I really don't care. I think as long as you have one, that's fine. As long as you don't have 0. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know your grade as well. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye.